Now I will briefly introduce our poets, our panel members. They've been patiently waiting. We have first Charlotte Cranston, who is Edmonton's first Youth Poet Laureate. She is a performance poet and an all-around fabulous woman, and I think we're going to see some amazing things from her in the years to come. We have next to her Pierrette Riquer, who is Edmonton's Poet Laureate. She's a bilingual Francophone Albertine dramatist and art activist. She is described in the Globe and Mail as a spirited and whip-smart and a force on the Edmonton literary scene. Next to Pierrette is Marilyn Dumont. Marilyn is a distinguished Métis writer. Her newest book, The Pemmican Eaters, is currently up for 2 major awards. She's the author of A Really Good Brown Girl, which is in its 15th print run right now. It won the Gerald Lampert Memorial Award. Marilyn has been the writer-in-residence at the Edmonton Public Library, the University of Alberta, Grant MacEwan College, numerous other colleges, and she has been a director at the faculty of Banff Writers Centre. Next to Marilyn, we have Jerry Hill, who is currently the Poet Laureate of Saskatchewan. He has published 6 poetry collections, 2 of which have won Saskatchewan Book Awards for poetry. And his new book, Hillsdale, is out with New West Press. And next to Jerry, we have Anna Yin. Anna Yin is the inaugural Poet Laureate of Mississauga. She's authored 6 books of poetry, and her lyric work builds a bridge between her birthplace in China and Canada. So thank you all for joining us this morning. So I think we will begin with the reading of our poetry, if our poets are ready. It's a very special scripted type of poetry event that you're going to hear today. So I think that we will begin with Pierrette.
November. November is the sound of an axe, the brittle crack of splitting kindling, a cord of wood, a tracery of bare branches against sky, magpie black and white, her iridescent cry. Novembre, cri perçant, stridence de la pie, esquisse de branchage contre la glace du grand ciel.
So this is the list of the music played by this band. Blues here, House of the Surprising Sun, I Just Wanna Want You, A Ballad of Salminio, Parliament Chill, Dark Meat, Ground Around Midnight, Older But Deeper, Sister Number One's Long White Veil, GTO Calcutta, and Suburban Fuse. And then as the sediments leave the stage, they say, "Goodbye, ancient Lake Regina!"
Papasteos, North Saskatchewan. Since this bowl, this hollow in the prairie was meltwater, a river between opposite sides flowed. Town fort site or Indian reserve, straddling a way to survive, until the black horse arrived packing many more than the cart or canoe. Strategic distance widened, tolerance narrowed to the last spike. The fast-flowing water, Saskatchewan, separated sides, Indian relatives literally, Roland Fraser HBC Family Compact, or Papas J. Scarno. Newcomers inserted themselves, subdivided Papas J's band. Métis households perceived to be failing. Métis Ashen, Patton, Emlaw became McKernan. Donald Ross replaced David Daigneault. As Papas J's numbers were whittled down, driven away, moved in the blizzard of treaty and script misery, river lots turned over, rolled down the hill into the river, the governing waters of the time, flowing from Indian Métis Francophone, Catholic to WASP Ontario-run colony. Entrepreneurs, George McDougall and Frank Oliver Ventures, Landrush, mainline men, owners of the East, West, South, and North pushed, while no band, no leader, no land. Papa's Chase dwindled to the Edmonton stragglers, no band, no leader, no land.
Mixed blood. Ce qui coule dans mes veines, c'est pas du pur sang, c'est pas du blue blood. C'est du sang de l'Ouest, du mixed blood. C'est le sang des saisons, c'est l'eau du creek, c'est l'eau de la ditch, c'est l'eau de la fonte des neiges. C'est la sève qui coule, c'est le son des feuilles de trembles de peupliers qui dansent tout l'été. Ce qui coule dans mes veines, c'est le son sang du vent dans le linge sur la corde, le son du vent qui sent bon. Ce qui coule dans mes veines, c'est pas du pur sang, c'est pas du blue blood. C'est du sang de l'Ouest, c'est du mixed blood. C'est le sang du bon sens, c'est le sang du non-sens, d'essayer de settler la terre. C'est dans mon sang, ça. C'est tout dans mon sang. Here's to the wind.
So here's my accent. My accent. My accent is charming. I assure you, I assure myself, and choose to believe so. Languages have colors. I want to show you my tint blue, but you cut off with fork and knife, quicker than my chopstick taps. My accent grows trees, trails, and winding roads towards the West Coast landscape. It points to the open sky, yet clouds are too heavy and form raindrops. My papers collect them, then dry in silence. I have hesitated many times before speaking. Now it develops teeth, even with gaps between. I decide this is my voice.
Spring. We took our first breaths together, Edmonton. Together we shed our coats, yours mud-soaked, once downy snow, mine small-town monotony. In origin and thought still rural, I was a girl not quite 18, fresh from musty buses on dusty highways, eager but shy in the city of festivals. River City, city of bridges and valleys, of gardens and alleys, of connected libraries and twisted galleries, city of charisma and promise, city of my dreams. It was an innocent love. 2. Summer. I learned to find your pulse, Edmonton. I rode the train into your heart. Next train, Clairview on track 1. Ding! Next stop, Grandin Station, Government Center. High-level bridge was always my favorite part. Ding. Corona. Ding. Bay, Central, Churchill file off with the rest of the crowd, emerge from the underground in Churchill Square, vibrant, exciting, where children stacked giant checkers closer and closer to the sky, daring them to topple. You and I were always showing off for each other. I would wear my prettiest blue dress, weave matching flowers into my hair, and you would shoot great streaks of lightning into the night that hollered over rooftops. Did you see that? A little obnoxious, but we didn't care then. Hand in hand we strolled from twilight green of Victoria Promenade to bustle and bright of White Avenue. Then, kissing the sky goodnight, I stood in the heart of the city, and you were in mine. 4. Winter. November came quickly, sickly, bleak. Ice collected on the river like liver spots, trudging begrudgingly below high-level bridge. Ding. Grandin. Soon grew too dark to see out the window, too dark to see past my own fluorescent reflection. Corona. Were we always so hunched? Bay. Were our potholes and pockmarks always so deep? Central. Steel wheels rumbling and grumbling. Churchill. The children are gone to school now.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Pierrette Requier, je suis la poète officielle de la ville d'Edmonton, ici à l'hôtel de ville. Nous venons de lire de la poésie à un événement qui s'appelle Poetry Becomes the City. Et on a eu 4 poètes officiels de différents endroits au Canada et une poète métis. Et on a lu des poèmes en conversation entre les poètes, conversation de thématiques, conversation au sujet de la poésie, de la langue, de la ville, des villes, de l'importance de la poésie dans les villes.
So my name is Rayanne Doucette. I'm the executive director of the Edmonton Poetry Festival. And this morning we had an event at City Hall called Poetry Becomes City, where we showcased 4 poet laureates from across the country, as well as an award-winning Métis writer. And all 5 of our poets had a wonderful presentation of poetry about language and identity and cities. And then we also showcased 3 student poets who recently won an award, recently won a competition that we had to showcase poems on the bus by Edmontonian students. And this is all this is one event from the week-long celebration of the Edmonton Poetry Festival.